hard name to say, impossible to understand planning. Generations Jihaxus, today on Guerrilla Reviews. Now some of you are probably wondering, Jihaxus who? Well, Jihaxus recently reappeared in the IDW Comics line, but as for the coloration and the reason why he's a jet actually comes from the original Universe line, which featured a repaint of the Beast Wars Jetstorm in these colors, or something similar to it. As for the mold itself, well, the transformation is very similar to Armada Starscream here, but with significant remolding, which I appreciate. You know, you could actually almost see a G2 Hooligan in if you kind of combine these two together. And if I were capable of doing that, I probably would. Maybe later. Now, as you probably noticed, instead of the swords, Jihaxus here comes with these guns. They do not combine in any way, but they're still very nice looking, and they hold very nicely in his hand. In addition to the push missile gimmick from the Starscream mold. So he is quite well armed, especially for somebody who, as far as I've seen, is mostly a schemer, not a fighter. Now, an item of note that Bolt Matrix pointed out during his review is that there is an alternate way you can have the arms. Much like the original Armada Starscream, you can have the arms like that, if you really want to. And again, you could do the same thing on Jihaxus. Like so. If that excites you. Anyway, moving on to transformation, we will remove these guns, otherwise you will drop them, trust me. And it's pretty much very similar to the Starscream version. You just fold this out, although the one key difference is that you fold this down and inwards. That way it fills in the chest quite effectively, which is a very nice touch because, well, you'll see it in a little bit. Okay, then we will fold these arms down, fold out the hands. Then we will come back here, bring down the legs. You don't have to fold in these fins. You can't do it anyway. They're kind of molded in this kind of permanent position. So you just have to kind of live with that, regardless of whether or not you like it. Anyway, we'll fold out the feet, like so. Then we will come down here. Oh, there we go. And fold that all down. It does most of the time work like that. Then we will fold down these cannons, and the wings kind of go down with them because they are remolded and very large. Anyway, we will put the guns in his hand, if you so choose, and you can also bring back the missiles there. Although you do have to adjust the wings a little bit so that they're not so they don't scrape against anything, which is kind of a nice feature. Anyway, there we have Generations Jihaxus in robot mode. Now, a couple of interesting notes about the head. One is that it is a look at it. Ah, there we are. One is that it is a very particularly impressive and evil-looking mug. But if we come back here, we notice something. Most of this head is actually clear plastic painted over. The face part and the hoses are actually the only solid plastic, which is very strange. But compared to the complaints people have had with the Armada Starscream head, I can live with it. Can you? Another interesting point has to do with the body itself. Because, as we see with these two versions, yeah, this part is definitely filled out more with the nose cone folded in, whereas the Armada Starscream kind of has this empty space, which people don't like. That people like even less, but they kind of nitpicked this one, but they tore apart their part. So having this part filled in will make some people happy. Well, as happy as having a bright orange Decepticon can make people happy anyway. Another interesting improvement is that this part covers up the hollow point in the chest, which was left up again by the Starscream mold. So some people can still pick that apart, but it's still a bit of an improvement, at least to me anyway. Moving on to articulation, head is on a ball joint, as well as the neck being on this kind of hinge joint, so you can get some very nice looking up, but you do have to put up with that part. See now, swivel joint and a rotational joint on the shoulder there. See, one thing I should mention is that these joints can pop off. These were really tight on mine, so it took a little bit loosening to get them where I wanted them to be. So if they do pop out, they just pop right back in. Anyway, bicep swivel. You know, elbow joint. Hands go in and out. Yes, they are painted gray on orange plastic. You just have to live with that. You know, ball joint for the hips, along with a thigh swivel. Knee joint that goes very nice, 90 degrees or further if you so choose. And you can get a bit of swivel out of the feet there. So he can make these very good poses. Well, when you're not trying to look completely goofy. Very nice, intimidating looking poses if you so choose. Yay! Now I will say this figure is not for everybody. These colors are bright. Yeah, this orange, if you're not gonna have a sense of humor like me, you are not gonna like this figure. Regardless of the improvements to the mold, or the evil looking noggin, or the guns. If you're not into this, you don't have to buy it. If you are into this, or you have a sense of humor like me, you're gonna love this thing. Well, that does it for this Guerrilla review. I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Generations Jihaxus. And again, I remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.